Hello there guys, thanks for tuning in. It's been a while since I've done a camcorder video. I thought today I'd show you my Sega Dreamcast, how I play games. In particular, one game I play quite a lot, and a few hints and tips really on using or getting the best out of your Dreamcast. So the first things first, I've left in here the Sega Dream Key. I'm sure you guys may remember in the old days of setting up dial-up connections, but we now use broadband. Kind of miss those days. But anyway, so this is a UK PAL Dreamcast, as you can see by the blue logo, because there was a copyright claim with the red Dreamcast logo in Europe, from what I'm aware. As you can see on this box of D2, the red Dreamcast logo. Now the problem is, if I want to play this game on here, I need to have a region unlocker. So there's a few ways you can get around this. The first thing is you can hardware mod it. So you could change the BIOS to a unlocked BIOS. I even believe you could use a development kit one as well, which would basically be region free. Or there's soft mods available. As you're probably all aware, you know about the Utopia disc, which pretty much allows you to place this into your Dreamcast. In the memory it loads up the disc, waits for you to swap it, and loads the game. The problem is, however, is that Utopia disc, or the Utopia disc you see here, cannot swap games during playback. That is because the Dreamcast has a checksum on the disc and the region code doesn't match. So, this is where the Sega Dreamcast import enabler comes in. This disc, and you can literally search this online, obviously make sure you've got legal copies. I'm not going to endorse pirating, but you can use an importer enabler, and what it will do is simply tell in the memory that it's region free. As you'll see later on, I'll demonstrate with the D2 here that during the game I can swap discs without any problems or fear of losing my save game. So at the moment, you're probably aware I had the Dream Key in, so I'll just power up this little babe. And the battery's already running low and I've changed them. Here you go. See me. I'm sure we all remember that in the old days, although for me I'm afraid to say I didn't have a Dreamcast in the early 90s, or sorry, the late 90s when it came out. Let's do a jump cut, let's actually get into some games. Okay, so we are back on the main menu here. You can see I've put the first disc of D2. So, just so you guys can see if anyone's interested, if I close the lid, there's a checksum on the disc. And I'm sure you're all familiar with this. Please insert disc. Sorry about that, I had to do a quick jump cut here. Anyway, so this is what you'll be presented with after pressing game. Obviously it doesn't understand the region. So, I'm going to firstly just show you the Dreamcast importer. So all we need to do is open the cover, take the disc out. I'm going to leave that there, I don't want to damage it. Enabler, straight in. So now it's gone here, press play. We're familiar now with this logo. There we are, so obviously it's not imported or endorsed by Sega Enterprises. Okay, so now all I literally have to do, open this, disc out, region disc in, very careful how I do this, press A, and away we go. I'll just jump cut here. That's what you can see is my reflection. So there we are, look, we're on the menu. So let's just suppose we want to swap the disc. So I'm just going to load up a save game I've got from disc free. Save game. Now obviously with Utopia, I'll show you what it would do as well. So I've set the first VMU. You can see level 13, that's not disc 1 for sure. Actually I might even have... Yeah, no, it's that one. Okay. Load game. And straight away it's going to say put disc free. Now if I use the Utopia disc and this came up, won't work. It'll just say please insert a Sega Dreamcast disc. The glory about the import enabler is that it literally tells in the memory to just bypass any checks. So if I open this up now and I go to disc free, very carefully again, without crushing anything, that's my biggest fear. Get disc free, as it states, disc free. Give it some loading time. Won't take too long on a GD-ROM. And it works. Now I can get straight back into the game. So that's one glory of using the import enabler. And to be totally honest with you, between all of them, this is probably the best one, because it's the most reliable. Sorry, I got my terrible reflection. It doesn't help that I'm inside on white walls here, look. But yeah, so this is just a little bit on my Dreamcast. I've got a few more things I could say about, but basically if you are going to play any imported games, especially such as D2 which have the swap disc feature, you want to use something that can bypass the region protection. But again, being that this is the genuine version, obviously disc branded, it's not going to hurt anyone. And I just need to basically get the console to say, hey, forget the region, just play it. So hopefully this is interesting. I'll include some links in the video and where you can get the importer. But again, I won't endorse piracy. That is your own discretion. Thanks for watching. Spywarefinder over and out.